Okay, great. So welcome, Great Lions, to our very first learning lounge for the year 2024. It was a fantastic year last year, and definitely we would make the best of this year as well. So before I introduce our speaker for today, I would want to invite our first Vice District Governor, Lion Folashade Shotomide, to give us a welcoming remark. Over to you, my first Vice District Governor.
Thank you very much, our GLT chairperson, Lion Joyce Akpata. First, I want to say thanks to you for the numerous work you've done in the last year, the various seminars, workshops, and trainings that you brought to life. And I'm not surprised we're having another one at the beginning of the year, such an interesting one as that. I want to say welcome to everyone present and to our guest speaker, who is very much in the house with us. I want to also encourage every one of us to make good use of what we are learning this year. Nothing is too little to learn, nothing is too much to learn, and in life without learning is as empty as you can imagine it. So I want to say welcome to every one of you. Happy New Year once again to everyone. And please make the best of this time, this moment. Get your pen and paper. Put down what you can put down. Memorize what you can memorize. And make sure you also apply whatever you have learned in the next few months loading. Welcome on board, everyone, and happy listening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my first Vice District Governor. So back to today, like I said, it's going to be a very interesting and enlightening session. We are honored to have a very remarkable gentleman who would be sharing with us today on how we can leverage on social media to amplify the work that we do as Lions. And most importantly, I would say, would be membership recruitment as well, as we work towards achieving our Mission 1.5 target. I'm sure, we are all charged, and that won't be anything that would be much of a challenge as long as we all work collectively together. So today we do have with us none other than Lion Daniel Elkins. I'm trying to, I don't know if your camera is on. Okay, good. I wanted to be sure everyone was seeing you, Daniel. Okay, so we do have Lion Daniel Elkins. I mean, Daniel is phenomenal, yeah. And I think one thing that in a conversation that he has said that has struck me and I've been consciously trying to practice was the fact that, when they ask you, are you a past district governor? He would say, I'll never be past anything, yeah? Words have power. So he would say, yes, I served as district governor from 2020 for the 2022-2023 Lions year, but I'm not a past district governor. I am a Lion, yeah? And every single Lion is the future and not the past. So we should focus on the future. I was a district governor providing guidance to the district, yeah? Or I think what also was of interest was that, okay, you could say, well, I'm the president or I'm a future district governor. So very much, indeed, their power in words, and it's good to take charge of what we do say, really. So Lion Daniel Elkins is from the Bellefonte Lions Club, and he's been a Lion since 2017. He served as charter president in 2018 and has held a number of offices within the association before serving as district governor for the state of Delaware in the 2022 and 2023 Lions year. Lion Daniel has received several recognition for his service to the association, and he's been honored as an ambassador of goodwill, the highest honor the association bestows upon its members. And I think that's incredible. Well done. For this Lions year, Daniel has been appointed to serve one term as a board appointee for the Lions Clubs International, supporting the board in delivering on its mandate. And in addition to Daniel's Lions activities, he also is the executive director for community engagement at the Bellevue Community Center. So Great Lions, it's my honor and privilege to present to you Lion Daniel Elkins, who would take us through today's session. So I would pass on to you now, Daniel, so you do your thing.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be able to spend this time here with you, incredible Lion leaders. Thank each and every single one of you for your leadership and dedication to this association. Today, we are going to talk about the power of words, how to tell our story, how to shape the worlds that we live in, the communities that we serve by effectively telling our stories. When it comes to social media, there are many people who say, well, I don't know how to use social media. And they stop there. There's a saying, not to know is bad. Not to want to know is worse. So thank you all for wanting to know and being here with us today. We are going to talk about how to tell our stories and talk about strategies of effective use of social media to increase our membership and build our capacity to serve our districts. In doing so, we need to remember Melvin Jones's truth. The truth of Melvin Jones was that spreading Lionism is service. The more lions there are in the world, the more service there is in the world. Many places have forgotten this. The best way to spread Lionism is to effectively tell our stories, because people will hear the stories of your leadership and your service, of the lives that you have helped change, and they will be inspired to want to serve alongside you. So why storytelling? Well, because people don't remember bullet points. Stories shape the very world that we live in. It's how we learn about who we are as a people, as a culture, as a faith, as a lion. It's the stories. So we need to learn how to tell effective stories and learn how to use social media to do that. The power of a story. Stories provoke emotion. They go beyond statistics, and they inspire others to act. On the right-hand side of my screen, you will see a post. It's a couple of pictures. It is 3 sentences, but it tells a story. We are lions. We are family. We serve. And in every picture, you see a story being told. Joy on the faces of a diverse group of individuals serving their community. A story is so effective if used correctly. The great Maya Angelou once said, "I've learned that people forget what you said. People forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And it's through stories we can provoke those emotional reactions to make people feel the power of our service. When it comes to telling stories, there's a component that I'd like to highlight. 3 steps. I call it listen, tell, ask. You may remember there was a promotion within Lions many years ago. An international president was promoting membership and told Lions to just ask, and they'll join. And that is a great first step. But I truly believe that there are 3 stages. It begins by listening. Then we tell a story. And then we ask. And I will show you an example of listen, tell, ask, how I turned this opportunity into a new lion, and then used that opportunity to inspire other lions on social media. So the video you are about to watch, I filmed in a car in an Uber ride from my hotel to the convention center in Boston. It was about a 3.5-minute car ride. I got in the car with a complete stranger and left with a new lion in this world. And how did I do this? Well, I listened to their story. I asked them who they were. I told them how lions could connect to what they were doing. And then I asked them if they wanted to join the family. And this is the reaction that occurred.
Okay. I am Alex Nwagaba and originally from Uganda. I'm a Ugandan. I'm living here in Boston, in Waltham City. I would love to be one of the Lions Club member.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So I listened to his story. He was from Uganda looking for ways to give to his community. I told him about lions. I reached out to a local lion named Dawn Rice Norton, and I connected him to her club by listening to who he was, what he was passionate about, and then asking him to join the Lions family. I connected him to becoming a lion, and then told the story on social media so that other people could understand that we are an organization that accepts all types of people, that we are an organization that can empower somebody to serve. Listen to their story. Tell them about lions and then ask them to join their family. But how do we do that with social media? What does your community social media pages tell you about their stories? On social media, people post all the time. They post about the things that they value, the things that they love. Sometimes it's just the things they ate for lunch. But you can learn a lot. If you are attempting to grow lionism in your area, you should be adding members of your community to your own personal pages. Learn something about who they are, so that when you tell your stories through social media posts, you are hitting on the things that they care about. Listen to them. They tell you what they're passionate about, and you can connect that to lionism. But in order to do that, we have to become effective storytellers. We have to learn how to tell a story in such a way that people want to listen to what we have to say. Some of you may have that one friend that likes to tell stories, but is not very good at it. And their stories go on and on and on and on, and you stop paying attention. Effective storytelling is important. It is not just about telling the story, it's about how you tell the story. How to do storytelling. First of all, your audience comes first. It is important to know who you are talking to, because then you are talking to them, not at them. And there's a big difference. Figure out their makeup and context. Name their values and inspirations, and then select methods that impact and resonate. When I talk to any group, I find something about who I'm talking to. If I am visiting a local community, I will take the time to listen and ask them about themselves. What are the types of things that you need to hear? And then I connect my story to what they're passionate about. There are different types of stories that we can tell. And so if you're thinking about the things that your club, your district, or your own personal page can post about Lionism that may inspire others to be drawn in through social media to want to help support Lions in our cause. These are some of the different types. A creation story. In the beginning, it tells the why, the origins and purpose, why we became Lions, the need your club was founded to serve, and how the club has evolved. On the right, you will see a post. It says, "What makes a community grow and prosper?" A wise man once said, "The strength of our community is our ability to unite people of different backgrounds around common principles." A shared dialect is necessary for that goal, and it's why Lions became fluent in the universal language of service. So when we look at this post, the story it is telling, in diversity there is beauty and strength, that we accept people of all ages. This was an 18-year-old Leo becoming a Leo Lion, that we accept people from all different backgrounds. This is the origin of my club, but we could tell the story of the origin of Lions itself, how we became the world's largest service organization, how we have helped so many people over the years. Origin stories help define us, who we are. What is your origin story as a Lion? What is that moment where you realized that this association is one you wanted to dedicate your service, your leadership, your time, your talent, and potentially even treasure to? Tell that story. That's the story that people will resonate with. When I'm attempting to recruit a new Lion, I do not give an elevator speech. Lions are the world's largest service organization with 1.4 million members in 210 countries in the world, and we serve in 5 global. What have I said that is going to inspire and uplift them? What have I said that has told them something about who I am? What have I listened to know something about them? Your aha moment, the moment where you decided that being a Lion is what you wanted to do, that moment of the first service project you did where you changed somebody's life and it made you feel like a better human being, that's the story to tell, because that is your creation story. We can tell value stories. This is the heart and soul. It talks about our core values as Lions, why we do what we do, what we are passionate about. Every Thursday, the Bellefonte Lions run a chess club that helps the youth think strategically about life. What do we value? What story is this telling? It's telling the story that we care about the next generation. It's telling the story that we are helping them think better about life. Once again, it is showing what we value. Success stories. That is the so what. Why is what you're doing important? It is the result and impact. It talks about your success, how we solve community problems, how we as Lions make people's lives better. What is the global and local impact of Lions? Alone, we can do little. Together, we can do much. Helen Keller. And here's a post talking about how we are proud community supporters of our local library, and that we were grateful for the opportunity to serve, and that we had impacted the lives of those people. One of the best things you can do when telling stories online using social media about Lionism is to increase your network. When I became a new Lion in 2017, I immediately identified some Lion leaders that I was inspired by. And I went to their social media pages and I began to add friends from all around the world, people who are Lions, that didn't know me to begin with. But 7 years later, some of them are the closest people to my heart in this world. Because I took that time to build the network that I would tell stories to. Whenever I take a picture and I post a picture of a young teen serving our community, a Leo making a difference, and I post it online, there are Lions from all over the world who comment on that post. And I can take that young Leo from Wilmington, Delaware, and show them that their service is appreciated around the world. I can see, look, Lion Joyce from the other side of the planet thinks what you're doing is good. And that is reinforcing these ideas. It's not just how we tell our story, but it is also where. What platforms should we use? Yesterday's phone call is today's email. Yesterday's megaphone is today's share. So there are lots of different social media platforms. I will tell you the most popular in the entire world is Facebook. But Facebook's demographics tend to be older. If you're attempting to reach the younger generations, Facebook is becoming increasingly less and less popular to use. However, it's still effective to post there because you can reach the businesses in your community. You can reach the parents within your community on Facebook. YouTube is the second most popular in the world, and it shows the power of videos. Many people in the world actually get their news from YouTube channels more than the actual nightly news. Instagram is popular with the mid-20s to 30s. And then, of course, you have TikTok and X, which used to be Twitter. One I would like to focus on just for a moment, because I think it gives us the biggest potential, is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a newer of the social media sites. It is primarily for business, young professionals. It is now spreading globally. It is used to be localized, but is now beginning to be used all over the globe. And LinkedIn allows you to put your personal and professional resumes into place. But it is also a perfect place to promote Lionism. So if you have a LinkedIn page, make sure that your Lions leadership experience is listed on there. Make sure that it's listed that you're a member of the world's largest service organization. Because if you're attempting to contact and recruit the next generation of young professionals to join Lions, this is the place where they are increasingly starting to use. So think about, if you don't have a presence on LinkedIn, create one. Look for the local professionals in your area, in your region, in your nation, and connect with them and share stories about Lionism. I often get asked about paid advertisement, and this is something that I strongly recommend every district and every club beginning to put just a little bit of funds into social media advertisement. There is a membership development grant that is available to every district in the world. You have to apply for it. It's first come, first serve. So the first vice district governors who are about to become district governors on July 1st, the people who turn in the grants first tend to get the money first. So I recommend to every district to work with your first vice district governor to apply for that membership development grant, because it's money that can be used for paid advertisements on social media to promote and grow Lionism. Here is an example. I spent $94 on one ad, and I reached 101,000 people in my community. 42,000 of those people engaged with the post. 1,000 of them actually clicked on the link. Now, I used a video post, but 41,000 of them watched a video about Lions, promoting Lions. There's a reason my district ended with such a high positive membership number after my district governor year. It was a plus 118, which for some regions of the world is not a lot, but for Constitutional Area 1, that put us in the top 1%. It was the first time that we had been positive in my district since the year my club was formed. We did it through paid advertisements and effectively telling stories. Here's the anatomy of the advertisement, because that's one of the things when people say, you should go and recruit members, you should go and tell stories, but they don't tell you how to do it. I do a step-by-step. This was literally the ad that we put out in our community. Join the Lions Club today. Do you live in Delaware? Do you want to make a difference in this world? Come and join the Lions Club today. We are a dynamic and diverse volunteer organization that serves our state by empowering youth, meeting humanitarian needs, and creating partnerships between civic-minded organizations who want to make the world a better place through service. What are you passionate about? Do you have an idea for a service project that would meet a need in your community? We'd love to help connect you to grants, resources, volunteers, and a global network of community leaders that are working together to make a positive impact in our neighborhoods. Send us a message. And it had some hashtags that help the content be sorted on the internet. And this is the video. I won't play the entire thing, just a quick glimpse. Hello, world. We are the Bellefonte Lions. We serve out of Wilmington, Delaware. We're based out of the Bellevue Community Center, and we are here to make a difference in Wilmington. We're about to go do some cleanup. Hurricane Ida came in, devastated our city. There's over 200 families that got knocked out of their homes, and we're going to go clean up the area to help get them back where they live. We serve. Oh, pleasure to meet you. All right, why don't you guys sign in over here? Okay, yeah, we got a whole. So, the video was just then of the service. of us actually going out and, helping people get out of their houses and literally helping restore this community and using an LCIF grant to help meet the needs of that community. It told about our values. It showed what we were doing. Talked a little bit about our origins. So it hit on each of those categories of stories. From that one video with that ad, we got about 60 prospective members because we were showing hands-on service. We were showing an immediate need that was all over the news, and we were showing that Lions were the ones who were boots on the ground making a difference. So it's important to make your content matter because there is a sea of information out there. So how does your content stand out from everyone else's? The keys to success. First of all, build your network before you need it. If you recall, I talked about how when I first started as a Lion, I started adding Lions from all around the world. I didn't just do that, though. I started adding community leaders to my personal page. Our local politicians, the people who work for the fire department, the people who work for the nonprofits, the pastors, the preachers, the people at the churches, the people at the schools. I added them. And on my page, I just had, hey, I'm a community volunteer looking for opportunities to help make the world a better place. Almost no one rejected my friend requests with that message. Because these are all people whose jobs, whose professions, whose passions is to try and serve this community. So when they saw someone who said, I am a volunteer willing to help, they added me. So as a result, by the time I started to promote Lionism, I had the network. People then started to see my posts in their feeds because I took the time to interact with their posts the way social media algorithms work. If you interact with someone's post, it makes it more likely that they will see your post. So our community started to see the things our Lions were doing in a way that had never before happened because we had the network. You also have to have the power of consistency. If you post once and then don't post again till 6 months later, the algorithm of social media works against you. Now, it's quality over quantity. Just don't continually post, but it is important to at least have something once a month on your club's page. Once a week would be ideal. Because if I go and I look at a community organization like a local Lions Club, and I'm trying to decide whether or not I should join that organization, and I see you haven't made a post since 2019, there's a problem. Because you're not showing off the great things that you do. Here are the tools of the trade. First is the art of going live. On Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, you have the ability to tap a button and go live. And when you do so, your message is suddenly seen all around the world if you've built your network. Every person who follows you, if they are currently online, will be notified that you just went live. I go live at every service project. A little bit less this year because I've been so busy traveling as the appointee on the marketing committee. But I turn on my live and I say, hello world, because I don't know where you're watching from. I greet people. And I say, this is Lion Daniel Marnie Elkins, because I don't know how they found my feed. Someone may have shared it, so we may not be connected. So right in the very first instant, I connect them to the content of who I am and make sure to mention that I'm a lion. And then I act like a news reporter. You don't have to know what to say in advance. Tell the story of what you're seeing. Hello, this is Lion Daniel Marnie Elkins, and I am currently live giving a presentation to some of the most incredible and inspirational Lions leaders that I've ever had the privilege of talking with. And we are here connecting two parts of the world to discuss about how to tell stories. See, I didn't have to have anything planned. I just narrated what was happening. The next tool is to always, if you can, make sure to caption your pictures that you are posting. A picture is worth 1,000 words, or is it? Photos without words may be almost meaningless. Here's an example. Left-hand side is a picture. You have no idea what's occurring in that picture. It's me talking to someone. Who knows? The right-hand side, talking with the principal of the Lord Baltimore Elementary School about how they are excited to use the Lions Quest program. Context. I have added context to the story that the photo shared, and it adds value to that moment. We can talk about taking videos and sharing videos, and I just want to take a moment. If you are not subscribed to Lions Clubs International's YouTube page, you should be, because they make some of the best videos to promote Lionism in the world. Unfortunately, Lions don't know that. And it's clear that they don't know that, because we have 1.4 million members and we only have 36,000 subscribers to our YouTube page. Our videos are getting 1,500, 300, 1,000 views. When in the reality, if everyone on this call took a moment to share the most recent video that Lions International has posted, we would be global instantly, because my network would see it, your network would see it, everybody's would. The power of sharing, liking, and commenting cannot be understated. It needs to be done by everyone. It takes half a second. The way algorithms work, if 50 people were to comment on LCI's most recent YouTube page, it would be seen higher in the rankings. The same thing with Facebook. It's the same thing with Instagram. And I can show you how and why. Here is a Facebook post, right? Let's recognize our amazing Leos. 9 comments, 156 shares, 496. It's better, but it's not what it could be. We could be not just the world's largest service organization. We could be the world's largest organic marketing organization. All we have to do is take a moment out of our day to hit share on the content that not just Lions International, but other fellow Lions are sharing. So this was done in 2020. That's how many shares, 4 years ago, 4 years. This was a video I posted on Friday. 2,200 views and 158 shares. Because I'm effectively building my network, when I am posting content, it is getting seen more times around the world than the things that Lions International itself are sharing. This is something that we together can change, because what Lions International is sharing should be seen by the world. We wouldn't have to worry about mission 1.5 if all 1.4 million of us shared the things that Lions International are posting. People often ask me about the hashtag and why use a hashtag. Well, in storytelling, it helps sort of organize content on the internet. It's the easiest way to explain it. So if you use a hashtag, everyone that uses that hashtag can sort of see what's going on. Okay? Now, if you have a hashtag of hashtag Lions Club, it will be seen by people who are looking just for that hashtag. Choir. It's only Lions who are looking for hashtag Lions content. So you need to find out what hashtags are trending. What hashtags are in your community? Is it hashtag Nigeria? Is it hashtag, for us, it's NetDE, DE standing for Delaware. And that's what people tag. So they will see the comment. When you use the hashtags, the idea is to expand our reach, not limit it to just the people who are looking for our stuff. So it is so important to share people's content online. The impact it can have is literally astronomical. It's almost immeasurable how much we could impact the world just by sharing each other's content. If you share my content, I'll share yours. And then the whole world will see the service. So long as it's content about Lionism, so long as it's promoting service. What goes around comes around. The more you share other people's material, the more they will share yours. On Twitter, you can go and look and see Lions Clubs International sharing my posts. Why? It's because I share theirs. It's really simple. They then see my post in their feed and go, oh, that's a great post about Lions. Let me share it. If you want to bring that sort of attention onto your district and to your club, start by sharing what Lions International posts on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, anywhere that they have accounts. Now, the do's and don'ts of posting. Please, no more postings of meetings. Are you inspired by this picture? Does this picture make you want to join Lions? Not only just pictures of meetings, pictures of you getting an award. I'm grateful that you have been recognized for your service. But what does that mean to your community? I can scroll through right now and open up my social media feed, which is all Lions. I basically only have Lions in my community member, and I can scroll down and see what has been posted. And when it comes to Lions, the majority of pictures are people at a meeting getting an award. You see? It's a picture, and there it is, of somebody getting a Melvin Jones standing in front of a flag. What does that tell our community about us? That we like awards? That we have lots of meetings? How many of you joined Lions to attend meetings? How many of you joined Lions to serve your community? Post pictures of people having fun. Smiles. Post pictures of people serving, lives being changed. Post the type of pictures that would inspire you to want to join that Lions Club. Sharing service and fun. So when you can see, here is a picture. Oh, it's a picture of us all smiling. Everyone there looks like they're having a good time. The second picture is of us actually doing something. So you can tell, well, we're putting together hygiene kits and here's everybody having a good time. The video on the right was literally, it's lions line dancing. And it was lions dancing. And it got more responses from that than almost anything I've posted. Because people looked at this and saw lions having fun and said, hey, I like to dance. I like to have a good time. Maybe I should join a Lions Club. It's important for us to work hard, have fun, and make history. And so the stories that we tell should be connected to those types of things. People ask, what has social media done for us lately? Well, it has created new insights from a global network of an extended Lions family. I learn every day from other Lions by watching about the stories that they tell. It allows us to share our service stories to inspire our members to do more. It's helped us develop partnerships both locally and further afield. And it has recruited Lions in our district and in others. I've literally had people walk into a Lions meeting and say, I saw what you did online. How can I join? Recruitment best practices, we have to tell our story. New members aren't interested in hearing about your last pancake breakfast or your last fundraiser. Tell them a personal story about how your club makes the world and community a better place. That's important, to tell your personal story. When you hear the emotion in the voice of someone who has been impacted, when you talk about the lives you have changed, that is what will inspire them to want to join. Be specific. How can they make a difference? Talk about what we've done as an international association, our collaborations, and what your club has done for the community. But make sure you are asking them what they are passionate about, because then you are listening to their story. So that when you tell your story, you know how to connect it to the things that might inspire them to want to become Lions. Pretend we have a potential Lion from your community in the room with us right now. What story would you tell them to interest them in your club? What is your elevator pitch? For me, it actually starts with a recruitment conversation. It's not a pitch. I ask them what they are passionate about. I was talking to a young man, and I asked him what he was passionate about. And he said he was passionate about art and teaching art. And I said, excellent. That's exactly what Lions do. And he looked at me confused and said, aren't you the eyeglass people? And I pulled out a membership application and I said, now we are the teaching art people. Let me tell you a story. Imagine if you joined our club, and as an art teacher, we gathered a group of youth together, and you could teach them art which you're passionate about. And imagine then if our club could do a fundraiser to raise money for supplies, so these underserved youth could get art lessons and experience the joy of learning how to create. What do you think about that? Would you like to become a Lion? Well, that's how our club has an art project, where every week we have an art club and the youth in our community are taught art. It's also why we have a boxing program, because I talked to someone who was passionate about boxing and I said, that's exactly what Lions do. So we have a boxing gym that we teach youth out of that boxing gym. And that story has repeated time and time again. Our club started as a branch club with 5 members 7 years ago. We currently have 160 members and have sponsored 3 clubs just last year. That's a total combined of almost 260, 270 members, which is a good percentage of our district, about 20% or so. That all started from a story and learning how to effectively tell that. If you can't effectively talk about why someone should become a Lion, your chances of recruiting a new member is significantly diminished. Practice makes perfect. The first time I tried to tell a story to recruit someone as a Lion by listening to them, they said no. The second time they said, maybe when I retire. And then I got smart and I asked my wife to join, and she said yes. But every time I practiced thereafter, I got a little bit better. Practicing those stories of how we can impact our life and tell our value, our creation, our impact. It's one of those things I tend to ask people, what is the mission statement of Lions International? I'll do a presentation somewhere at the USA Canada Forum, at the Europa Forum, wherever, and I'll ask a room full of people. And I'll say, I will give $1,000 donation to LCIF in the name of any person in here who can stand up and tell me word for word without looking what the mission statement of the organization that you have dedicated your life to is. I don't do it online because I know you can easily Google that. But in person, it's fascinating to me that nobody knows it. It is the mission of Lions International to empower Lions volunteers and their partners to improve health and well-being, to strengthen communities and meet humanitarian needs through services and grants that impact lives globally while encouraging peace and international understanding. It's a pretty long sentence, but the story that sentence tells is one that can change the world. And even if you only learn a part of it, and when you're telling the story of Lions, you say, we are strengthening communities. It's a story that people will react and respond to. So always be ready to tell your story and recruit a new member and to change a life. This is a man I met at the airport. I was leaving the Emerging Lions Leadership Institute. I was 8 months in as a Lion. He saw my hat and asked about Lions, and I told a story. And I said, I'm not from here, but I'll help you find a club. And I did. This is someone who saw our post online and came in and decided to become a Lion because he had seen the stories that we told. So, thank you so much for your time and attention. I want to just end by saying, I have heard often that we are the world's best kept secret. It's because we choose to be. A lot of focus is put on reporting your service. But for me, reporting our service has never recruited a new member. It's important. But promoting our service is even more important. So when it comes to your service projects, plan your service project. Once you have the plan, promote that you are going to do that service project. Let everybody know it's coming. Serve, then promote the success and impact of what you've done. And then report it afterwards. Plan, promote, serve, promote, report. If you do this, our stories will reach so many more important people. I'll tell you a story about awards. What is the most important award in all of Lionism? Well, there are those who will say it is the Ambassador of Goodwill, which is the highest award you can be given by our association. That is the highest award. It is not the most important. My story is that the membership key is the most important award. It is the one that you truly earn through your actions by sponsoring another Lion who stays within the association for at least a year and a day. The story we should tell is that we should value this. When I was district governor, I changed protocol in my district. It's wonderful to acknowledge people for the things that they once did. Let's acknowledge the past council chairs. Let's acknowledge the past district governors. But for me, it was important to acknowledge the people who were growing our district, who are actively involved in recruiting. So in my protocol, I said, can everyone with a membership key please stand up? As a district governor, I told every single cabinet secretary, if someone wins a membership key and earns one, let me know, because I want to present it to them in front of the entire district. I will change the narrative of what is important. I want everyone in the world who is a Lion to want to have this. In 7 years as a Lion, 1 month will be my 7th anniversary. I have recruited 167 Lions. There's nothing special about me. I just practice telling our story. Thank you for your time and attention.
Wow. You know, it's often said that the success of a presentation will be judged by what the listener receives. And indeed, Daniel, we've received a lot in the past hour, and it's been remarkable, and it's been insightful and very enlightening. I mean, key things that stood out for me was the listen, tell, and act, yeah? And sometimes we just take these little things for granted. And of course, also captioning your pictures and captioning them right, yeah? So that's very, very key. And I'm sure for a lot of Lions that are with us this evening, there are many, many major takeaways. But I'll just leave room for a couple of questions. So if anyone has a question, you can just indicate by raising your hand or typing it in the chat box. But thank you, Daniel, for a very fantastic presentation.
I saw a question about whether or not the recording of this will be shared. Please feel free, use the recording however you want. To me, you know, Lions training should be available to all. Also, please feel free to take any of these ideas here and use them in your own presentations. To me, that's the important thing, is to take information and share it with the world.
Absolutely. Because I mean, you don't make the desired impact if the information is not used or the knowledge is not utilized or shared as well. Well, it's looking like we don't have any questions. That just shows that you were very much on point, and everyone has a very good understanding of all the tips and tricks you shared. And I'm so sure that definitely you would see a lot of us putting this to use and tagging you while we're at it, yeah, as we keep on trying to grow our association. So I think at this point, yeah, go on.
There's one comment here. Let's talk about the challenges of using social media as it pertains to advancement in technologies. That's a great question. Artificial intelligence is actually something that is leading the way. And that's a whole nother training. I have a training on that, on how to actually use AI, because you can use artificial intelligence to actually generate pictures that you can promote much quicker. You no longer need skills as a graphic designer if you know how to use AI correctly. And it can also help put together your posts. There's at least 10 posts that I've posted in the last 6 months that were 100% generated using artificial intelligence to help craft as well as make the pictures from. So that's a great question, and it's something that should be taken in mind. And I hope at some point in time in my life, I will be able to come and visit in person, you know, District 404A3, and say hello to you all, not on a screen.
You bet we'll be very much ready to host you. So just buzz once you're ready to come, and we'd make all the necessary arrangements to have you. Yeah, so on that note, I want to say a very big thank you to you, Daniel, for your commitment, for your time, and most especially for your willingness to share. Yeah, typically, you know, you have quite a number of competing interests, and you've dedicated this 1 hour to us today. So we're very much appreciative, and looking forward to seeing you again very soon. And I'm sure the next big thing we'll be looking forward to is the telethon, which is just around the corner, I'm sure. So definitely you'd very much see us, and definitely we'll promote that as well. You want to say something briefly about it?
Yes, and I just want to put it in the chat. So the telethon, which is the world's largest celebration of service, you can register it right there on the link, will be happening on June 2nd. And this year it will be hosted by Vice President Fabrizio Oliveira, and we will be featuring videos from all around the world. And for the first time ever, it will actually also be transmitted with simultaneously transcription in 50 different languages. So even if English is not your primary, you will be able to watch it. And we have a new app using AI that will translate it live for you.
Fantastic. So definitely would sign off. Well, before we let you go, I think we should take a quick picture. So if everyone can just turn on their cameras before I forget. So we can get a quick picture. Okay, I still have a number of people whose cameras are not on. I don't want anyone spoiling the picture.
Well, we can always use Photoshop and add them in later.
And get them in, yeah? Yeah, I've gotten a couple. I'm not seeing big smiles though.
We're smiling. We're smiling.
All right, I think we've got some good shots there.
Excellent. And
yeah.
If you don't follow me on social media, please do. I'd love to learn about your story and follow you back. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Daniel. So enjoy the rest of your day. And thanks to everyone for taking out time to join. I hope it's been a good use of your 1 hour.
Thank you, Lion Joyce, for inviting us. We appreciate
Thank you, Lion Joyce. Thank you,
Always
everyone.
a pleasure.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Femi.
Yeah, my victory. Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you
Yeah,
now,
please,
Daniel.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Joyce.
Lion.
Thanks, Daniel. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.